Isn't it just crazy to believe that I could be sitting over here crying over a man for hours, right? Whereas he just went to bed tonight. Like, this situation didn't faze him at all. It left me in tears, crying, journaling my feelings for the past couple hours. And homeboy's just sleeping away. Like, nothing crossed his brain twice. Is that just wild?
I'm about to have a talk with the person that I've been seeing for the last 4 months about what I want out of a relationship and ask what he wants out of the relationship and see, talk about needs and expectations and where we want it to go and see if those things do align. And I have a feeling it could be the end.
A few moments later.
It's snowing and everything outside, so my hair's wet and sweaty, but yeah, it's over. I'm gonna go. Okay, so I just got back from my brunch date. This is date number 2 out of the 5 I have lined up. And man, he was gorgeous. He was 6'3". He's been an engineer at Apple for 11 years and 39. He was way out of my league, and he did not ask for my number at the end of it. He was really kind and, paid for brunch and everything I offered. He declined. Like, such a gentleman, perfect guy. And I just know that I won't be hearing from him again. Wah! However, I would not have been able to get a date of his caliber in LA. So no regrets, and I'm still considering moving here.
I actually think I'm going to possibly go gay and date women because it's just ridiculous. Like, I just want to tell you my experience with situationship and see what your opinion of it is with a guy. So I saw this guy about 3 times, and we didn't go out for like meals, dates like that. It was like I went to his house, we watched a movie the first time, didn't do anything, and then like as in intimate, and then so it was great and we knew we liked each other. Then the second day I saw him, it was at his new house, and it was a bit more like flirty and intimate and stuff. And then the third day I saw him, and it was more like the same as the second date. And so I hadn't been on the dating app or talking to anybody until it was like going like a week later or something, and we hadn't seen each other, and we were like messaging every day and stuff, but he was very busy with his job. And I knew that he was busy and stuff, but because he was so like good looking, and I was kind of thinking like, I'm just surprised somebody like him liked me, I thought surely he's talking to other girls. And then I like asked him, and I was like, are you like interested in me? Are you speaking to other women? Have you got a better connection with someone else? And he was like, no, I've just been really busy, I'm sorry, I feel bad. And then it was like a week later, we then didn't see each other again, and my friends were like, he's definitely seeing someone, like he's definitely speaking to other girls. They were like, don't just put all your eggs in one basket, like speak to other people. So then I thought, okay, I'm going back on the dating app, and I am. And then it ended up in conversation where I ended up telling him that I was speaking to other people. And then he was really pissed off with me, and he was like in a mood and stuff by text. And then and he wasn't happy that I was speaking to other people. And I just made it clear, I was like, well, if you wanted us to be exclusive, you should have communicated and told me. Like, communication is so important when you're dating, like, or in anything. But people in this generation don't have good communication. And so I was like, you should have just told me and communicated. And he was like, I was like saying, he was just like, oh well, I don't trust you, like blah blah blah, like I can't, like I don't trust you and I won't trust you, so it's not gonna work. And I was like, but if you was that interested in me, you would want to work this out. And he was like, stop gaslighting me. I'm like, what? I haven't gaslighted him. Like,
you will repel men who are not ready for you. And this is a good thing. Here's why. If you've ever been talking to someone and then you go on a couple of dates, you hang out, everything's great, and then all of a sudden they pull away. This might be why. If you have your ish together, a good job, you got a good head on your shoulders, you take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, you got it going on, and maybe you fall into the category of, I can't understand why you're still single. This may be why. If a man approaches you to get to know you, he's doing this with minimal information, right? Then he collects the information, and he maybe saw you here, and now he's realizing that you are way up here, and he might be here, and this is too far to jump. You know what I'm saying? And this is why it's a good thing, because when you enter the relationship, you're still here, he's still here. This is gonna be what constantly tugs on your heart. He's not ready. He hasn't done the work. He hasn't gotten himself to the level where he feels like he can provide for you. Because how is he supposed to provide for you when you're up here? This doesn't mean that you come down here. This just means that he's not ready. And so in essence, when this happens, it is a good thing, because then you don't need to go through the heartbreak of trying to close that gap that will inevitably not work. Now, there's a difference between this and the anxious attachment, giving off clingy relationship vibes with minimal information. Basically, love bombing your own mind to acting like you're in a relationship before you have all the facts or even at that point, right? Which can also repel a man. There's so many amazing women out there, and it's always like, why is she still single? Why is she still single? This is why. And the reason that it hasn't happened yet is because the man that you and I are going to end up with is going to be, hold on, come on. The man that you and I are going to end up with is going to be here. He's going to lead us, so we're both there. You know what I'm saying? Love you. Bye.
Let's face the facts. Women do cry a lot more easily compared to men, and they become so used to it that they are able to cry on tap.
She's having emotional problems.
She tried having the talk with the guy she was seeing to get him to commit, but he was not interested and wanted to keep her as a side chick for as long as possible.
You're good for one thing and one thing only.
It's clear what happened here. Her friends destroyed her potential relationship. Just because he was busy and working so much that he couldn't meet up with her, her friends convinced her to get her back blown out by other men. As a result, he thought that she belonged to the streets, and he did not want to bother with her any longer. This is a simple example of single women keeping each other single.
They brought their fates upon themselves.
She was so happy to go on a date with the 6'3" man called Wang that she did not even care if she got rejected.
She was thirsty.
Women who cannot find a man always try to tell themselves that they are too good for men, and that's why men don't want to commit to them. It's one of the lamest ways to make excuses to not do any self-reflection. It's never anything to do with them, or the fact that their standards are so high they are looking for the perfect man who does not exist. It's just a prime demonstration of coping. Taking accountability is like poison to these hit-the-wall women.
Facts.
Real men of genius.